Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now, let's start with the first story. It's called Only One Set. I used to work at a hotel on a large property that did a lot of business conferences. We had golf buggies to get around, 10 different conference rooms, plus lots of other hotel facilities, storage rooms, etc. Upper management had a strict rule that important logs could only have one set of keys. Upper management also liked to save money by never fixing things when they broke. It must have looked good on paper. One week we had a big spending client who had booked out the hotel for the week. Night 1, our sales team had gotten the times wrong for the dinner of several hundred people, so all available staff were sent over 2 hours early to start setting up. The hotel's general manager announced he would be over shortly to see how things were going, which was almost unheard of for him. What he found was about 20 staff standing around outside the venue. Why is everyone standing around? We don't have the keys. We sent a staff member looking for the other supervisor. Who has the keys now? Where are your other sets of keys? We've only been given one set of keys. Why don't the staff have a radio on them? Radios have been broken for over a year and never approved to be replaced. Why did you only send one staff member to look for them? We only have the one working golf buggy. GM grumbles and sends another staff member off on his buggy to look for the keys. Eventually, after everyone standing around for nearly 20 minutes, the keys turned up. The GM was stressed out of his mind that such a big client might be kept waiting. For the supervisor, it was just another Monday. The supervisor had access to a backup set of keys that they were strictly forbidden from using. Usually, in a situation like this, they would quietly use the forbidden keys and everything would go smoothly. But because the GM decided to be there, they didn't mention the forbidden keys, causing delays and panicking management. The next week, each supervisor got their own set of keys. A few weeks later, we got radios for the department. Upper management also started checking in on how things were going from time to time. Apparently, making rules without knowing how things actually work isn't such a good policy. The next story is called Democracy. Our company has flexible working hours, and some of us who are late sleepers or have to take care of small children in the morning will not start work before 9 or 10 am. Unfortunately, one department we work with has the entire management level filled with early risers who just love to set up early morning meetings. We need another weekly meeting to discuss current operations. How about 8 am on Monday? Let's vote on it. The early risers are the majority. Our arguments are disregarded, and the boss says, well, we voted for it. And the majority believes that 8 am is the best time. You'll have to adjust. That's how democracy works. Recently, the number of topics started to exceed the capacity of that meeting, so it was decided to have another weekly to deal with the rest. We asked for nothing more than to schedule the new meeting after 10 am, but that's for the majority to decide. I'll ask my assistant to schedule a new meeting that fits into everyone's schedule, he said with a smirk, knowing that the assistant would ignore any morning blockers that were not actual meetings. Time for some malicious compliance. Since the assistant had already left, early riser, the opposing forces gathered and started to invent new weekly and daily meetings for our department. Now we had early morning meetings every day, a daily just after the early riser's lunch break. We prefer to eat later, and various other weekly meetings that blocked other important time slots. Today, the assistant surprised the department head with a new meeting proposal for a mid-afternoon, just before he usually leaves, and likes to leave a bit earlier, since all earlier slots were already blocked. I know for sure that he suspects foul play, but our team has joined the effort, and even my boss has claimed that she's only seeing valid entries in our calendars. The people's democratic resistance works. We'll probably wait another 2 or 3 weeks before we delete the dummies from our calendars. The third story is called Donner's Ray. I work in a call center in India. Our company is based in US healthcare, so we usually work the night shift. I'm in the lowest position in my company and I'm fairly new to this field, so my experience in the field is just 6 months. We recently experienced a cyber attack on all our softwares, so we had to create a new workaround for the way we usually work. And it was a totally new experience for us, as every day we faced a new problem. The management is at their ends, but somehow making it through day by day. Our company recently hired some new staff to the company right before the cyber attack, so they didn't know how our company works certain scenarios or process certain accounts. Among the newly hired was a quality manager, let's call her Donna, who is kind of a pain in the back. My boss, his boss, let's call him Big Boss, and other management found it difficult to handle her and convince her this is a proven system. And it has been working till now. Donna is trying to make changes to the way we work, but her efforts fail. Fast forward to the cyber issue. We try to find a workaround for the way we usually do things. And Donna is trying to implement her race, but it won't work, even as a short-term solution, let alone a long-term fix. Big Boss tries to tell her this, but Donna is adamant and wants us to do it her way. So Big Boss asks her to send an email explaining to do the same, and Donna happily obliged, thinking others finally see things her way. Big Boss asks everyone to follow Donna's instructions and not to do our job the way we always do. So we work the way Donna proposed, and it kinda blows up, as there are multiple teams working in our project, and there's a team working in the US, who we call the client side. Suddenly, all the accounts that are supposed to be in our work queue goes to the client's work queue, which must have only top priority accounts. So the client is naturally confused due to the sudden increase in lower priority accounts in their queue. They ask Big Boss what's up, and he tells them exactly as it is. They are furious at Donna and set up a Zoom meeting with Big Boss, Donna and my boss. My boss and Big Boss explain the communication from Donna and show them the email. I don't know what happened after that, but during the break, my boss tells me what happened during the meeting. Apparently, the client told Donna that either she stops suggesting stupid ideas or they will fire her, combined with a lot of yelling and finding a solution right away that can undo what Donna did. Donna gets confused and asks what's wrong, but before she could complete her sentence, the client interrupts, asking her not to talk the whole meeting, and puts her on mute. After this incident, her opinions are usually rejected. Most are not logical and kinda stupid anyways, and she just exists doing her job without any interaction with others. I kinda feel bad for her, but at the same time, she was stubborn as a rock and got what she deserved for treating others like they are less knowledgeable than her. Talk about bad judgment and mismanagement. She just wallows in self-pity nowadays and has minimal interaction with other team members. The next story is called Casual Dress Day. I worked for a large religious-based not-for-profit for 5 years. Despite not praising God, I was too good at the job to be fired. The GM tried, but it was clear I had no career there, and that freed me from the fear of making a career-limiting choice. In their infinite wisdom and grace, they decided we could have Casual Dress Day once a month for a gold coin donation, which you had to make, even if you didn't come in casual dress. For the first one, they made a huge deal about what a big deal this was. They announced the phones and internet access would be cut at midday, and we were all going to clean the office, so wear your comfiest clothes. I turned up in fleece pajamas, a dressing gown, slippers and a hot water bottle with wall cover tucked under my arm. HR swarmed me, and I pointed out these were my comfiest clothes. One of my greatest achievements is having HR formally change the casual dress policy on the first day of its implementation to specifically exclude sleepwear. The last story is called Do It This Way. Back in the 2000s, I worked in a bank, and for 2 of those years I was the head teller. As the head teller, I also had to keep up with the cash in the vault. Now, it is never a good look for a bank to run low on money, but it happens. With that being said, I would try to order so that I didn't have too much, but enough on hand to keep us from panicking. There was a system that would tell me at the end of the week how much money I should order and or ship out. I went with my gut on this, because I knew my house and I paid attention to what kind of week it was going to be, i.e. holiday weekend, heavy payday, etc. My bosses came to tell me that I was ordering too much and ignoring what the system said. My response? You can also see that I'm using whatever I'm ordering. I'm not just hoarding. So I was told, just do what the system says. I gave my team the heads up. The next few weeks are going to be terrible. They are telling me that I'm ordering too much. So I'm going to do exactly what they told me to do. You can direct all of the complaints to me. If people get mad, don't worry about it. I'll take the heat. So for 3 weeks I did exactly as I was told. And what I thought was going to happen, did. It got to the point where we are cashing large checks and 20s. I'm barely able to do that. Apparently the complaints started going uphill. The bosses came to me. We are getting complaints about the branch not having enough big bills. I figured that would happen. We want to know why. I'm doing exactly what I was told. Whatever the system is telling me to do, I'm doing. But you all already knew that. This can't keep happening. It wasn't happening when I was ordering the way I needed to. So now you have a choice to make. Do what you need to do, for now, until we figure this out. I was pretty much left alone after that. I actually reached out to that specific department to ask about a workaround, so that I wouldn't have to keep having this conversation. The solution they gave was so simple, and I never had that issue again. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.